I'm Mike Moreno reporting for DameWildcats.com and joined right now by our head women's soccer coach, Dan Dolan. And I think I'm joined by a happy coach, Dan Dolan, this week. You guys coming off a big 2-0 win over Bridgeport. Coach, that's I think a signature win for your team. Bridgeport, a team that started the season ranked number 7 in the country. They're the 2-time defending league champion, and they're maybe not quite as good as they have been, but they're still one of the best teams in this region, in this league. So just what were your thoughts coming out of the game?
I think if you went back last year and after the game that we lost 7-3 against them and said that we would win 2-0, I think you'd be a pretty big liar. But super happy. I mean, we've just been getting better every single practice, every single game, every week, and it showed. Against the top teams, Mercy and now Bridgeport. We did well against Goldie Beacom, so I think it shows that we can play with anybody. And just super proud of the team, and I think it sets us up really well for trying to make playoffs.
And coming off a little bit of a letdown in the 2-1 loss against Mercyhurst in the previous game, was that a little bit of a wake-up call for your team going into Bridgeport?
Yeah, I think you have a good game against Mercy, and all of a sudden you think you're going to go out and maybe dominate a Mercyhurst. And I know you and I talked about kind of like the Bills and the Cincinnati Bengals having a letdown, and it happens. And as a coach, you're always trying to make sure that doesn't happen. And as a player, when you have 17, 18 games, and you just kind of maybe relax a little bit, and you kind of not let down, but just we don't play up to our standard. And so if you do that, mostly in the college game, so many teams are so close that you're not going to succeed. So. Yeah, I do think we let down a little bit, and the girls know they let down a bit. But, it was great to see the resiliency and coming back and showed some character in our team.
Jamie Boyer gets the 2 goals in the win against Bridgeport. And at this point, I think, are you thinking to yourself, is she just having a magical season? I mean, she's got 9 goals. She's second in the league in goals. She's got 20 total points, which I think is third in the league right now. But probably more impressively, 6 game-winning goals amongst her total.
Yeah, wasn't it like the first 2 games she didn't score, and you were asking if she was having a little bit of a yeah, and it all started with that PK, and I think, I always remember Miro Shatan for the Sabres. He'd always be streaky, and it's as a goal scorer, as soon as you get that 1 goal, you start getting confidence and you start scoring some more. And Jamie's been the same way, and I think, we've talked about it before as well, as that freshman to sophomore jump is such a huge jump confidence-wise, and she's just come in with a lot more confidence. She's, she doesn't have any nagging injuries. She's faster, and she's got a better midfielder behind her that's playing her the ball. So she's having a lot more chances, and her finishing is better than last year. So all that coming together, she's just having a hell of a season.
Always good when you can work in Bills and Sabres references into the same interview. So props on that. On the back end now, Caitlin White, she makes 9 saves, gets her 3rd shutout of the season. She picked up East Coast Conference Rookie of the Week honors. 2nd time she's done that. She's also been a Defensive Player of the Week. Your other freshman goalkeeper, Maddie Flores, has been a Rookie of the Week and Defensive Player of the Week. So you're getting good play, in the back as well.
Yeah, it all starts with our back 4. I can't say enough about all of them, and Mo's really been standing out the most out of the 4. But the Sam, the Valenis, the Gedderts, I mean, it's just been a really strong back line, and they figured it out after the first 3-4 games on their marking. And usually it takes us a while, and it's still taking us about 10 minutes to kind of figure out our marking. Even though we see video and we go over in classroom, it's hard to replicate that until you're actually out there. And against the top, the Mercies, the Bridgeports, we're figuring out our marks, and we're doing a really good job. And then Kate, I mean, both keepers are playing really well. They're both been pretty steady, and Kate's been, I thought it was her best game. She didn't have to go out there and make an incredible save, but she held everything. She came out on the corner kicks to get, the 50-50s. She's been utilizing her speed pretty well. So she's been a really all-around goalkeeper, and she's improved a ton.
I'm glad you mentioned your 4 defenders, because as we know, they don't necessarily get the praise because they don't have numbers to really back up what they're doing on the field as defenders. They don't have stats for that kind of thing. So certainly the 4 of them playing well, and then the 2 goalkeepers, Maddie and Caitlin, 90 saves together this season, which is tops in the league. So an impressive total for them as well, and been tested quite a bit but keeping the team off the scoreboard. I think you guys are in the top half of the league in goals against average as well. Looking at the big picture, you guys will come into this week in fourth place in the league standings at 3-3, 7-5-1 overall. If the season ended today, you guys would be in the East Coast Conference tournament. What needs to happen here? You got 4 games left. 2 of those are league games. What needs to happen over the next 2 weeks for you guys to maintain that spot in the stands or even move up?
Well, we still have a couple games in hand. So NYT is playing really well, and we were up 2-0. They came back on us. Bridgeport. The good thing about Bridgeport is we have the head-to-head against them. They have. If we win out, we've already talked about as a team. If we win out, you beat the Queens like we should, and the Malloy is going to be a difficult game. But if we can win both, Bridgeport still has LIU, which is a top team, and they have to play NYT. So as long as we take care of business like we should, we have a pretty good chance of getting in. So obviously we still need some help. If Bridgeport wins out and NYT wins out, it's not going to matter. But hopefully we can take care of business and jump in one of those spots.
I know that's what you guys were pushing for. It would be the first ever East Coast Conference tournament berth for your team. So one of those games that you mentioned is the Queens game. You guys will play this week, Wednesday, going down to Queens for the second straight year. They're a team that's still looking for their first league win. I think they're 0-5-1 in the league. But a big challenge for you guys. Going to be playing without Lindsay Ciaramella in the midfield. She'll be out after picking up 2 yellow cards in the Bridgeport game.
Yeah, we've talked about before. Lindsay is a huge part of our team, mostly in the midfield. Every time you watch film, she just stands out, kind of like Mo and Jamie do. The 2 yellow cards I thought were super unfortunate, but that's just how it goes. And we've got to persevere and find a way, and we have when she was injured for 3 games. So the good thing is we have some really good players that come off the bench and put in some good minutes, and the expected is the same. So, Queens always has a really, it's a difficult field to play on. It's not the greatest surface, and Bridgeport went there and drew them. And Queens has been playing decent soccer and just hasn't been getting results. So it's us trying to fight a way to get the result, which is always hard going all the way to New York, but we have to find a way, and I'm sure, we will.
I know that it's been a concern of yours throughout the season here with the way your team has come out on road games. Right from the start, got off to some slow starts. What have you guys talked about in order to combat that?
Well, the travel is always difficult on the Friday. So when we leave Friday and get in late, we've usually been going for a run beforehand to try to loosen up the legs. And then I think we're actually going to change it going against Queens, and our game's a little bit later too. So we're going to do some stuff in the morning, hopefully get us going, have a good meal, and hopefully it'll help us out.
Well, as always, we'll have you covered with all the information you need at DameWildcats.com and get that big league game Wednesday at Queens, and then also a non-conference game Saturday at Bloomfield. As your team's got 4 road games, a stretch of 4 road games here to end the regular season. So, Coach, we wish you the best of luck, and again, all the information you need at DameWildcats.com.